Well, it looks like we already got a bunch of people on here, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, I think I recognize a lot of the names in the room already. You guys are already familiar. My name's Ryan Dosen, Director of Sales here at Host Merchant. Um, got a special guest today, James Butts, and he's going to be taking us through PMB in a little bit after I cover a few things here in the beginning. We should also have a few team members here from Host that are going to be here in the background like usual. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and feel free to type in the questions. We'll have Q&A at the end. And then if we have the opportunity, while James is talking, I may interrupt him. So apologies in advance, James, if I interrupt you there a little bit. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. Again, thanks again so much for joining us today for Winning More Merchants with Practice Management Bridge. Again, thanks again for you guys showing up here every Thursday at 1 o'clock. Again, here at Host, your success as an independent sales agent, that's our top priority here. We're committed to providing exceptional support, dedicated guidance, fast responses, real solutions so you can focus on building your business. We give you guys 24/7 tech support. Y'all have personal relationship managers who know your business. We get streamlined merchant approvals. We also have great partners like James and PMB to help you guys win more business as well. You've got a pretty unmatched selection of payment technologies y'all have access to, and we're going to focus on PMB today. So again, without further ado, I want to hop in here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to cover a couple of things, and I'm going to hand the floor over to James. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. All right. So again, our purpose today is to give you guys a closer look at Practice Management Bridge with the goal of helping you all board more merchants using that software. Just a little bit about Practice Management Bridge. I think a lot of you are familiar, but those of you that aren't, it's a simple, safe, secure payment platform for healthcare providers, turnkey technology, interfaces seamlessly with the electronic medical record systems for a lot of doctors and facilities out there. Offers convenient contactless payment solutions. You can store patient data, with a reliable backend, and it allows for improved communication between patients and the practice, interfaces seamlessly into the practice management system, and a whole lot more. Some key features here that James will probably get into a little bit more detail, but again, you've got text to pay, you've got contactless payments, automatic posting to patient ledgers, digital patient registration, card on file, flexible payment plans, online payments, customizable messaging. Okay, so there's a whole lot of stuff in here that's going to create a great win for these offices when you go visit them. Practice Management Bridge can target many different merchant categories, but a couple that it's a particularly great fit for would be dental and chiropractic. That might be the happiest person I've ever seen in a dentist chair. It's not my favorite, but anyway, she's pretty happy. And the doctor's happy, I guess, because he's got great software with Practice Management Bridge. All right, so before I turn it over to James, just want to make clear, the dynamic between what the relationship is with Host and James and how we bring James in to help you guys close deals. He's gonna talk through it here in a few minutes. The goal, a lot of times when you get into these offices, it's going to be to schedule a demo where James is going to come in and he's going to help you win the deal, right? He does this all day long and he's very good at it. So the first step is each one of you has a relationship manager here at Host. Okay, so when you see a potential PMB, Practice Management Bridge opportunity, and you want to schedule a demo, you're going to reach out to your Host relationship manager. Then that's when we're going to contact James, and he's going to be able to kind of initiate the demo coordination and scheduling. If you contact James out of order, James is going to send you back to us and say, have you talked to Caitlin? Have you talked to Ryan? Have you talked to Eric or whoever? Okay, so just go ahead and contact us. Your relationship manager. We'll get a game plan together. We'll learn more about the merchant that you're targeting. We'll coordinate with. We'll bring James in, and then you guys will eventually um, schedule that demo. You'll get in there. James is going to help you win the deal. And again, that's the final step right there. This is what he does every day, all day. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to, oh, sorry, James, the A's covering up right there. So James is, he's an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. I'm a football fan. I'm Miami Hurricanes. Our bad blood's a long time ago, so I'm okay with it. So I figured James could come in today. But so roll Tide for today. And then James, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and then you can go ahead and run with it, okay?
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction, Ryan. And I really do appreciate everyone that's attending today's call. It's very nice to meet you all virtually. And thank you for giving me some of your time to learn a little bit more about Practice Management Bridge. My name is James Butts. My last name is really hard to forget. I find a lot of humor in it. So when we chat, you're more than welcome to laugh at it with me. That is more than fine. I just wanted to kind of go over just a little intro about me, just so you know, human to human, who I am a little bit more. I'm in the Gulf Coast area of Alabama. Like Ryan was mentioning, I'm a fan of the football team. I didn't go to the school there, but my wife and all of her family members did. So I kind of married into the fandom there. We love going to the beach because we are so close to it, and just, spend time outside of work with my family. So nothing too much more exciting to me about that, but just wanted to let you know where I was at. If you've never heard about Practice Management Bridge, I just wanted to kind of give you like a one-liner that I like to say. It is a secure, online-based, healthcare-specific payment platform. It's really, really great because it is a payment platform designated specifically for healthcare. It works with all PM systems as long as the business is using Windows PC. So that's the one thing you want to watch out for when you're kind of out in the field or talking to people. That's what I would just kind of keep your head on a swivel for, is that they're using PC computers at the business. Um, I'm going to be talking about some value points today, some things to look for while you are out prospecting. I'll give you some questions that you might think are neat and you might want to even use yourself. I'm going to reinforce and talk about how your job in this relationship is kind of low lift with air quotes around it, where you guys bring the merchant to the table. We run a demo. We're really great at doing it. And again, you don't have to be a healthcare payments expert. We just really appreciate you guys bringing the merchant to the table because you do have an exciting tool to show them. We'll do all the legwork when it comes to showing the demonstration. All right, well, you all, now that you know a little bit about me, I do want to get into the main value props of Practice Management Bridge. They were mentioned a little bit earlier, but I'll touch on them again. What I like to mention is if you got a lot of patient collections, Practice Management Bridge can help them get collected faster. We've got text to pay. We've got card on file capabilities. We've got easy setup with recurring payment plans, kind of with set it and forget it style usage, where you set up a recurring payment plan. Someone who's doing it manually might have to keep a notepad on their computer to run a payment every first of the month. With Practice Management Bridge, you set up that payment plan, and it is, like I said, set it and forget it. It's going to have a mind of its own and make sure it is charging on the first of the month appropriately. So it's just going to save the headache of doing things manually. The thing I like to say that connects to is staff relief. So another, value point that I like to mention Practice Management brings is when it saves time, it's saving the staff from being pulled in different directions when they can do that one function throughout their day a little bit quicker. Another thing I like to mention is that because we are healthcare specific, we are HIPAA compliant and we are PCI compliant. So it is built into the tool. The customer doesn't have to worry much about that. What I did want to really concentrate on is things to look for while you're out in the field prospecting. You're really looking and listening for like if you're in the office, like a stack of paperwork, that usually means that they've got a lot of paperwork that they're working on. You're listening for manual entries. Maybe if you've been at your dentist's office and they ask you to give them your credit or debit card and they're taking it behind the desk, there's a shot that they're manually typing it in as well versus it just being automated. For example, at a grocery store, me and you just get to tap our card and that's as simple as it is. We provide that for not only the paying party at these healthcare facilities, but we also make the entry work very simple as well. I'll show you that here in just a minute. But we are looking to provide the value of saving the staff time and effort. Another thing I like to mention that as well while you're looking out for prospecting opportunities and just trying to find, a couple of good questions to hang your hat on is, it might feel like a yes or no kind of question, the answer that's coming back to us. But again, in this relationship with this practice management bridge, if you bring us just these breadcrumbs of information, the answers they might give you, and then we run the demo, we're able to really custom cater it to them. So questions like, how are you collecting patient payments today? They might tell you their whole entire process. You take some bullet point notes on it, that would be great. You can ask them a simple yes or no question like, do you offer online payments? Yes or no, you just jot that down. If they say no, that's great for us because we're going to open up that door for them and allow their patients who will love paying online to do so now with their practice. And then another good question to ask, and sometimes, it can give a little bit of a reaction. So I always like to say, you can guesstimate on it, but how much time is your staff spending following up on like remaining balances or money that's owed to you? Sometimes they're a little, I don't really know. So I always toss out a lifeline, an hour a week, an hour a day, and that kind of gets the juices flowing. And then I also like to ask them, do you have any tools to help reduce late payments? And essentially, they're going to give you their answers. You don't have to go any deeper with that. We really just want to get those pieces of information back so that way we can give them to the managers at host and we can have notes for our demonstration. And that's exactly why I call it a low lift model, is because you don't have to be a healthcare payments expert per se. More than welcome to be one for sure. But if we just have those basic pieces of information that they're using Windows PC, maybe they are running payments manually, maybe their patient ledger updates are also manual. We're really looking for that manual work effort because our product helps automate everything around patient payments top to bottom. You guys, I have a video I really want to show you here. It's really going to highlight the exact interaction of what Practice Management Bridge would look like. Ryan, I'm going to ask you to give me a thumbs up or confirm when you can see my screen share here. There is a card terminal image on the right side, and then a PM software on the left side. All right, you all. So in this situation, we're going to imagine that the office staff has the patient ledger pulled up because they know the patient is about to come out after just receiving their treatment. The patient's told to interact with the card machine. They interact with it. This interface pops up for the healthcare staff only. All they have to do is type in the amount due, and then they have one click to hit submit. Once that submit goes through, you'll see that without my hands on the wheel, that payment for $25 just was pushed to the patient's ledger seamlessly. It's also going to give the staff member the green visual that the transaction was approved. There is an option for the staff member to print a receipt for their paying customer, or they can also type in their email and email it to them that way. When they do the print preview, you can see that if the customer signed with the stylus, that they would have the timestamp and the signature from that transaction given from that day. So that is exactly how our tool pushes to the patient ledger, and from the customer who's paying, their experience is very, very smooth. They just tap, or pay with the card terminal like they would any other business. The secret sauce is that our machine helps update the patient ledger as well. The last thing I wanted to show you is right now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the statistics, but 98% of text messages do get opened up within the first 3 hours of being received. I know me, I have children. I'm checking them pretty often to make sure it's not the school telling me that there's been an accident. I want to show you real quick what it is like for someone who would receive a text message from one of these practices if they were using the Practice Management Bridge tool. I'm going to bring my screen share back up. One moment. Ryan, you did a great job last time. If you can give me a thumbs up. This is an Apple iPhone screen that you should see on the screen share now. Okay, I got the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Well, from here, this is from the perspective of someone receiving the text message from your practice using Practice Management Bridge. We just got a text, opened it up. There is our payment link. Your practice's logo is going to be at the very top. Anything with an asterisk mark is going to be required. And again, this is the option for a customer to pay online. The customer can use the scanning tool on their smartphone if they like to use it, or they can manually punch it in as well. Once they put in all the mandated information, it'll take me just a second to catch up, excuse me. You'll see here that there's a section for an email address for a emailed receipt. Here shortly, once this information is done being filled out, you'll also see that the total amount of $25 is already populated, so the customer can't decide to pay 1 penny only. It's fixed there. Once they hit pay, again, they could have emailed that receipt. If they're like me, it might be easier just to take a screenshot of that receipt. So that is the perspective and the workflow of what it would look like from someone receiving a text message from the practice. Our Practice Management Bridge tool gives you the capabilities we've talked about, and I've shown you a few of them. The payment posting to the patient ledger, the text message that can be received quite easily. A customer can pay it on their lunch break. They can pay it at the end of the evening when they're done. Essentially, the value there is you now, as a practice, can collect payments 24/7. You can send out a text message while your staff is there, but then the end receiver can, again, pay it when it's most convenient for them. Once that payment does come through online, again, our tool is all about making it easy for the staff, and they can post it to the patient ledger with the ease of one click. You all, that was really what I wanted to make sure I was going over, was to give you the value points that it's going to save time, it's going to save effort, it's going to keep staff from becoming frustrated. Another value point, it's also going to be really great for the customer who is actually making the payment, because a lot of patients do expect a QR code or an online payment portal. Practice Management Bridge, although I didn't show you the full burrito, can do all of those things as well. So I just wanted you all to see how easy it was for the staff to post a payment, how easy it was to receive notice as a customer on our most accessible form through a text message. And again, I just would like to reiterate that the job for you all is to be excited about this tool, know that it's going to help people that are doing things manually, and it's really going to help them provide even better healthcare, arguably, to their patients. And it's also going to help bring them up to speed and provide a great way for their customers to interact with their payments. That's pretty much everything I had today, and I really do appreciate everything that you all brought to me. The one last thing I would like to toss in there, in regards to making sure that you're reaching out to the host team when you do have a good prospect, they will also reiterate this, that we would like to have, as much notes as possible, so that way we can be on the same page when it comes to qualification time. But I don't want you to feel like you need to ask 100 questions. If you get one question off and you find out that they're not doing digital payments and that's all they give you the time for, and they're willing to see a demonstration, have no fear. Again, this is low lift. We just need to know that there is interest. and that they're willing to come to the demo. Thank you to you all for making that happen. We will not bombard them with questions, but I will do some light discovery to make sure the demo is catered to them. My main goal is to make sure we team up to have a smooth process for everyone all around, but mainly to make sure the merchant is very, very happy. I appreciate you letting me speak today, Ryan.
Yep, I really appreciate you hopping on here today. Really, actually, you know what? Since it looks like we got a little bit of time, Dean, I'm gonna open you up to be able to. It looks like you might have a question that you want to say verbally. So let me just allow you to talk here really fast. Dean, did you have, or was that a mistake? Did you click a wrong button there? Might have clicked the wrong button. All right. All right. All right.
Can you
So,
hear me?
oh yeah, can hear now.
Sorry about that. I was just wondering what the cost of the integration was. Okay, so what does the tool cost?
Sure
James,
thing.
are you able to answer that, or do we give him
In
a
terms
schedule
of
later?
like basis points or whatever?
I'm not able to answer that on this call right now. I apologize for that, Dean, but it's just going to be, I'm sure, also in conversation with your manager at the host team as well too, in the preparation until I'm sure things like most payment processing type of deals, it's like maybe it has something to do with how much they're doing on a monthly basis. But again, I would defer that to the host team
Okay,
just because I don't have a solid answer for you right now, Dean. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And anyone on the call, if you have any questions about pricing and stuff like that, that's where your relationship manager is going to come in. Okay.
Okay.
So, James is gonna sell the software. The pricing is going to be, that's going to be handled between you and the relationship manager. So be sure to reach out to them. And again, you're going to reach out to them before James even gets involved, right? So ask us, get in there with us about pricing, and then we'll be able to help you there. And just to reiterate something, the overall message there from James, the goal here is not for you all to be experts in this software. That's James' job, right? Your job is going to be to get some interest, from these doctors, from these facilities, and then gather a little bit of information and then bring them to James, and James is gonna have all the technical know-how that they're gonna need. Another thing too, James didn't mention, but that I believe I was aware of from talking earlier. Um, Merchant retention is a very important thing for us, and our residuals and practice management bridge. People stay like once they're boarded with practice management bridge. I think, James, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I want to say 8.5 or 9 years or something like
You're
that is the
spot
average.
on. You're spot on. Yeah.
Something like that.
Our minimum average is 8 years, so we're very proud of that. I mean, that says a lot. They could run if they wanted to, but we were very proud that that is the average.
Yeah. So if some of you have not targeted, these verticals, this is yet another reason to talk to your RMs and to try to board these merchants, because once we can get them in, once we secure them, they're going to stay there for a long time, and that's going to protect your residuals for many, many years to come.
Ryan,
Right,
if I
so
can
let
say
me,
one last thing, if you don't
yeah.
mind. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for letting me hop in here. You guys, I
Mhm.
know it kind of sounds cheesy, but Practice Management Bridge is such an awesome tool. I have seen it time and time again where doctors or office managers are taking a look at the demonstration and they're saying, this is going to save us so much time. I cannot believe we haven't done it. I'm not promising you that's going to be all the time, but this product does get those reactions decently often. And I just wanted to toss that in there. We're all salespeople and we know those are the reactions we're looking for. So I just wanted to let you know that I do hear those weekly.
All right, Dave, I'm gonna open you up and let you. It looks like you might have a question. Go ahead. You do.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have like a flyer that I could add my name and email address onto that I could either drop off or email to potential customers? Or also, do you have like a demonstration video that kind of demonstrates how it works I found that to be a helpful tool as well.
So we have, I'm going to get to a lot of that here at the end, and anything else, James can piggyback. We have branded marketing materials and stuff like that you'll be able to, put your name on. It's got host on there too that you'll be able to share with the doctors and bring out to them.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yeah. All right,
Wait, did you say something about a video too, or no? I'm sorry, did I miss that?
No, I didn't say anything about a video. I don't know if we have a branded video or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't have a branded
I'll get
video
back
as
to you
far
there.
as I know, but yes, Ryan, I'll also do a dive on my end of things just to make sure, but I was on the same page with you there.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Might be nice to have it, sometimes it's a helpful tool.
Sure thing. Well, thanks for the question there, Dave. Appreciate it. We're going to look into it. All right. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen again. All right. So again, just to reiterate, crystal clear, you guys reach out to us, your relationship manager. We reach out to James. You guys are going to do the demo. James is going to win for you. All right, so now additional support, and again, we talked a little bit about this a second ago. Dave was Johnny on the spot and already asking about it. So we do have merchant category specific call preparation sheets, and again, you're going to talk, if you have a want for any of this stuff, reach out to your relationship manager. We have some materials for you, right? We have some quick reference guides on the software. We have HMS branded marketing materials. We have discovery question sheets and stuff like that. So like if you're wondering, well, what do I say? How do I get these conversations going? James already mentioned a few questions that you should ask. We have some of those materials for you. So reach out to your relationship manager if you're interested in some of this so that you can go in, prepared, because you want to be able to go in prepared, be able to immediately establish, the value in taking that demo with James, and then James is going to help you close it. All right. All right. So next steps, again, reach out to your RMs if you want those marketing materials or those question sheets or anything like that that's going to help you set those appointments. The demo requests, again, to your RM, we'll loop James in, and then you guys will go win the business. If there's anything that you guys need from us, reach out to your RMs and we'll get all that too. You can reach out to me directly if I'm not your RM, but you guys can do that. In terms of the agent incentive, I just wanted to remind you all, some of you all have been, this is not PMB, but this is for that Cloud Manager Suite, guys. Remember, the agent incentive for the Cloud Manager Suite software suite, which a lot of you have taken advantage of already, that's running through the end of August. So the clock is ticking on that, right? So you should be reaching out to us for demos on Practice Management Bridge. You should also be reaching out to us for demos in the health and fitness space, property management, tradesmen, stuff like that. Those people are going to be getting a tremendous amount of value coming their way in terms of software. All right. So let me stop share here and let me see if we have any additional questions. I don't see any additional questions here, and we're bumping right up against 1:30. So good question about the video. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch about that. Guys, reach out to me and your RMs for any materials to help you guys go set these appointments and win the business with James. And a big thanks to James for joining us today. Everyone, pray for James and his family. His AC went out earlier this week. It's coming back to life. He's resuscitating it, but it's still summer, and we need air conditioning, especially here in the South.
Seriously, thank you for any kind wishes, prayers. Seriously, I do appreciate it. We had 2 cool days and it's getting hot again, so we'll see how it
But
happens.
it's about to get hot again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So prayers for James and his air conditioning unit. But anyway, so thanks again so much, everyone, and James. You guys reach out and let us know how we can help you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.